Now, players around the world are finally playing WWE 2K22, and for the most part, player reactions have been extremely positive. As players go through the various modes within the game, they'll realize that the game is full of incredible details that just shows how much effort 2K have made to make the game as good as it can possibly be. But which are they? Well, join us now as WrestleGamia looks at 10 incredible details in WWE 2K22. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're the first to know when we upload a video. Number 10. Alexa Bliss's tattoo. One of the character models which has received widespread praise has been Alexa Bliss. Bliss's more sinister character is presented in the game for the first time ever, and the attention to detail in a model is fantastic. Specific focus should be on Bliss's back tattoo, as that in particular looks great, and the tattoo looks like an exact replica of Bliss's real tattoo. It's not just players who've been impressed by Bliss's model. Bliss herself took to Twitter to praise WWE 2K's work, which was a huge vote of confidence. Number 9. Drew Gulaks Rant. Drew Gulak has a great spot in 2K22 as he guides players through a breakdown of how to play the game. This is a great concept, especially for those not overly familiar with the WWE Video Games, and without question, Gulak was the right person to do this. One of the best things about the tutorial is how Gulak stays in character throughout. If players attempt to perform a top rope move during the tutorial, Gulak will chew the player out and go on a small rant about the ring not being a no-fly zone. This is downright hilarious to witness firsthand when playing the tutorial, and even seasoned 2K players should experience the tutorial just for this little Easter egg. Number 8. Brock Lesnar's Cauliflower ear. And the latest character model for Brock Lesnar looks to be his best ever model. WWE 2K thankfully updated Lesnar's model as he looks rather different compared to how he did back in 2K20. Viking Brock now has a ponytail and he's even in better shape than he was in 2K20. 2K have also included Lesnar's cauliflower ear, which is another great touch to the overall presentation of Lesnar. Number 7. Roman Reigns has an alternative entrance. One of the highlights of WWE programming over the past 2 years has been the on-screen partnership between Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns. Reigns would turn heel and join forces with Heyman to dominate SmackDown and hold on to the Universal title for over 500 days. This is the first time that this new version of Reigns has been featured in a WWE video game, and his model is fantastic. A great attention to detail is that if players select Heyman to be Reigns' manager, Reigns will have an alternative entrance. This alternative entrance will see Reigns and Heyman replicate their special entrance that they use on television, and 2K have managed to replicate the entrance to near perfection. Number 6. Hidden Weapons. And there are a number of hidden weapons available for players during the My Rise mode in the game. The first of these are a classic nightstick, which would commonly be used by the Big Boss Man. During My Rise, when players play against Damian Priest in a no DQ match, players will be able to select a nightstick as a weapon during the match. Another weapon available to players is King Corbin's scepter. This will be available to use when wrestling Corbin in the aforementioned My Rise mode, as players will notice King Booker and King Sheamus on the outside of the ring, and that's when the Spectre will be available to use as a weapon. Number 5. 2011 Miz turns Michael Cole heel. There was at one point in time where Michael Cole was one of the biggest heels in WWE. Yeah, 2010 and 2011 were kinda strange, and Cole would feud with Jerry Lawler, making negative comments about the Divas and becoming The Miz's #1 supporter. The 2011 version of The Miz is available as a playable character in the game. Now, this Miz is rated higher than the standard version of The Miz, as this is the Miz that headlined WrestleMania. Amazingly, when players select the WrestleMania headliner, Cole legitimately turns heel on commentary. He goes from casual play-by-play commentary to citing his appreciation for The Miz, and he acts like The Miz is the biggest star of the time. Now, this is really great work from 2K22, as it makes players believe that they're back in that respective era, and it acts as a nice bit of nostalgia for those players who grew up watching WWE in the early 2010s. Number 4. Anonymous Raw GM podium makes an appearance. This year's showcase mode focuses on the legendary Rey Mysterio. One of the key matches in the mode is his 2011 WWE title match against The Miz. This match saw Mysterio capture the WWE title for the first time in his career, having previously won the world title on 2 occasions. When players play the match, the 2011 Raw set is present, and there's a great nod to the time era, as the anonymous Raw general manager's laptop and podium can be seen near the announce table. During this era, Raw didn't have a physical GM, they had a GM who hid their identity and sent emails to a laptop which were then read out by the villainous Michael Cole. Number 3, commentary acts like The Undertaker has never lost at WrestleMania. A WWE 2K22 features a grand total of 6 different versions of The Undertaker. To try and make each specific version of the dead man special, each set version of the character has certain lines on the commentary track which relates to their persona at the time. If players opt to use an older version of The Undertaker and they choose a WrestleMania arena to compete in, the commentary team will mention that The Undertaker is in fact unbeaten at WrestleMania. Now this only applies to classic Undertaker models and won't be available on present day Undertaker nor the Boneyard Undertaker. WWE 2K have gone the extra mile with commentary this year, and that is something that players will no doubt appreciate. Number 2, camera angles in showcase mode mimic the real matches. The Rey Mysterios showcase mode features matches dating back all the way to 1997. Amazingly, WWE 2K have managed to mimic the camera angles in these matches to accurately reflect the different camera angles that were used in the real life matches. The effort WWE 2K have gone to get this right can't be praised enough. They could have easily taken a different approach with showcase mode and simply used standard camera angles, and there wouldn't have been too many complaints. Their efforts into making WWE 2K22 showcase mode as special as possible hopefully continues in future installments. And number 1, Rey Mysterios Mask can be removed. One of the most famous matches in the decorated history of WCW was a title versus mask match between Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero. The match took place at the 1997 Halloween Havoc pay-per-view, and it's widely regarded as being one of the most important matches of both men's respective careers. The two would have a number of classic matches both in WCW and WWE, and the match from '97 is the first of 2 matches between the iconic wrestlers which is featured in Mysterio's showcase mode. The other match is their showdown from WrestleMania 21 back in 2005. In the Halloween Havoc match, there's a great attention to detail in the match that makes this specific match really stand out. Now, if players fail in their efforts to defeat Guerrero, Guerrero will unmask Mysterio, meaning the pressure is on to make sure Mysterio secures the victory. The 2K smartly didn't expose Mysterio's face, instead they hid his face with the use of camera angles, which was without a doubt the right move. But there you have it folks, 10 incredible amounts of attention to detail in WWE 2K22. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.